Hi, you have tuned into the Raging Aggron Channel, and I'm your host, Djingis, and today we're going to do our 100th special video. We're going to do a Q&A. I got a few questions, not too many. I got a few, and those few will be enough to make this video a while, because some of them are pretty in-depth. But we'll go through all of them. So yeah, let's start with the first one. Take photos. I have them on my phone as of right now, so I don't have to have open too many tabs, make the video laggy. Because that's one part of the problem. I noticed that Google Docs takes an enormous amount of energy and electricity from the computer, so I can't have too many tabs open from the Google Docs at the same time as I do a cam recording or as I do a screen recording. So that's a bit of a problem, but you'll have to do with this. First question: Who do you prefer? Levity or Parksy? That's actually two questions. Whoever put that in, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But who do you prefer? I can answer that question. Nah, but who do you prefer, Levity or Parksy? I'm pretty sure that Parksy sent this one in. I'm pretty sure this is Parksy sending this in. First off, I don't decide between people. My answer here would have to be Levity, mostly because I've known him for a longer time than I've known you, Parksy. So that has to be my answer. But you're both cool dudes. I really love you. So I really hope to do something big with both of you someday. It would be really, really fun. So yeah, that's our first question. The second question, and I know exactly who this question is from. If you could create any legendary Pokemon, what would it be? What would be the lore behind, and where would you find it? I'm pretty sure that this is Baron's question, and God, that's a hard one actually. If I could create any legendary Pokemon, what would it be? What would be the lore behind, and where would you find it? I've always had a thing for myths and mythology, both Norse, Greek, even Egyptian, sometimes even Babylonian, depending on what type of myths we are talking about, what type of monsters, what type of heroes. But if I would have to choose one thing to base a myth on, it would be the Nemean lion. The Nemean lion. I think that's how you pronounce it in English. The lion that is invulnerable from anything that can take any damage, and the only way to defeat it is as Hercules does. He strangles it. So the Nemean lion would be one of them, and it would be a lion, of course, but it would be something. What would the typing be really for that? I would have to say like rock fire, and only taking damage from direct contact moves, which means that EQ can't touch it, special moves can't touch it, that you can only touch it with like the form of tackle. For every move that takes damage from Rocky Helmet or Iron Barbs are moves that can damage the Nemean lion. I don't know what I would call it, but that would be like that part of the question at least. The lore behind it would just be the same as in the Greek stories. That it's an overpowerful lion that cannot take any damage, and that is undefeatable. But of course you can defeat it, but it would be harder for you to do. It would be a broken Pokemon, I know that, but it would be pretty fun to have. I would really, really appreciate it. And where would you find it? Well, I'm pretty sure that the Nemean lion is found in a cave in Greek mythology. I don't remember what cave though, and I don't remember if it even is a cave. But it doesn't really matter too much. It would be a cave somewhere. Scorched slab would be pretty fun. I think it would be a neat place to have it in. It would also be pretty good to have in a hidden room in Mount Pyre. Mount Moon could be another perfect place for it. If you want something that can stand the test of time, that has been there for ages, it would be Caves of Origin, of course. So, like some cave, that would be the optimal place for it, I think. Next up, okay, Nathan. If this is, I'm pretty sure that this has to be. This is a you hacker. Are you gay? I'm not even gonna answer that question. Of course I'm not, stupid bastard. Of course I'm not. Well, maybe not of course, but no, I'm not gay. I have no clue who sent this question. I think it's Cyan, maybe Sly. It could be someone else as well. Oh, God, I'm about to sneeze. Oh! Ah! I'm about to sneeze. I think this is Cyan or Sly. What would you want to start? What made you want to start PSL? And did you ever think it would get this big? God, the sneeze is on its way, guys. I can feel it's creeping up my nostrils. Oh God. Ah! Okay, so what made me want to start the PSL? Well, I've been a fan of Draft League format since I found Shady's channel, which I did for the Gold and Silver Soul Link with Nappy. And that was, I think it was Season 3 or Season 4 of the GBA that started then. So I've been a fan since the Season 3 or Season 4 of GBA, of Draft League formats. And I wouldn't say that I'm one of the OG's Draft League format lovers, but I prefer, like, if I could go back to the Draft League that was, to the Draft Leagues that was on 6EN, and go back to the ones that had Shady, A-Drive, Miguel, like that big part, like the Season 4, Season 5, like that was powerful leagues. That was great fun. You'd have no clue what would happen. Guys like MV hadn't really made a name, what I know of at least, before that, and then they joined up. Oh God, this is coming up. Woo! But I've been a fan. Oh God, I'm going to sneeze. Oh. But I've been a fan since then. Since that Season 4, I think this. Yeah, it has to be Season 4 of GBA. So it's been quite a long time. I think it's 4 years ago? Something like that. Pretty sure it's 4 years ago. Might be a bit more, actually. But I love the Draft League format. Like, when I first started to watch it, I had no clue how it worked. I had not played on Showdown before that. I didn't even know Showdown existed before that. I first noticed that Showdown existed after one of Shady's game they got internet connection problems with the 3DSs, so they decided to play on Showdown instead. And I had, what the fuck is this? I've never seen anything like it. It was cool. And then I started to play Showdown, and I loved it. I built so many teams. Tried to grind through every single tier. Had some pretty crazy high numbers. Was in mid-18s in most of it, and I wasn't even that good on it. I just made teams with Pokemon that I thought was fun to use. Like, I had a team with Mega Aggron, Swanna, Alakazam, Torterra, and then I had two ones that I don't remember now. Like, that was the team that I used, and it was so fucking fun to use it. But that, like, when I noticed how the community around the Draft League format was, all the hype around it, and everything like that. Like, I am a competitive person. I love to win. I hate to lose. So for me, it was really like, okay, this is something that I want to do. I really want to create a league. I really want to be part of a league, because it's so fucking. It seems like such a fucking fun thing to do. The problem was that I had no clue how to join them. I had never been on Reddit. At that point in time, I didn't know what Reddit was. Yes, I didn't know what Reddit was for 4 or 5 years ago. I had never been on Flashback before that. I had no idea how to contact other persons. And I'm not a person that is... I don't think very highly of myself. I really don't. So it took me like 2 years, something like that, to actually sit down and have the courage to write the message that I did on A-Drive's video. That then got into the PSL. And I'm really humbled that, like, I did not think that PSL would get to 32 teams. I think that's what you mean with big, because it's not that big of a league. Looking at prestige or YouTube knowledge or something like that. But it's a fun league. I love it. It's so fucking fun to do. It's a bit stressful with having 32 teams on it. If I created a league today, I would not have 32 teams on it. But I love it. Like it's so fucking great to have. I'm just honored that you all want to be here, be part of the PSL, and actually that you actually want to do this. And that we still are going strong in Season 2, even if we have some forfeits in the early season so far. We're still 42 teams, and most of us are actually battling. And it's great, it's good competitive Pokemon. Most of us have great experience from Pokemon. Most of us has evolved tremendously over the last year since we started. Not to say the least about Thorasac, Levity, even myself in some aspects. And we have Terminal. Like, what did you do between PSL Season 1 and PSL Season 2, Terminal? There's so many guys that actually become way better between these 2 seasons, and that have been part of so many other leagues. And it's a great community. I really love the community. But for me, the first thing that would be like, I want to be in a league, that was watching Shady with his Mega Venusaur and Milotic Core in Season 4, I think it was. And watching him destroy guys. Like, he actually destroyed a lot of people. Even if he wasn't never the best guy on competitive, but it was a great input for me to actually start doing competitive and doing EVs and so forth. Like, I had not cared for that before that. I had no clue how it worked. I still have a bit of a hard time with speed tiers and EVs and so forth, but it's great fun. So yeah, that's what I got to say really. In why I wanted PSL, why I started PSL. It's more or less for the community and that I really wanted to be part of a league. And I am really, really grateful for all of you that comes out here to be part of the league and to watch the games and so forth. So thank you very much for that. Next up we have nothing. That's the question. Okay, thank you very much, whoever sent that in. And then we have the last question. Will you make a video about this? No.